State Capitol this evening, Democratic leaders are pushing for $40 million of new spending on special education.
They've called the entire legislation into the session to vote on money. But as News 8 political reporter Mike Cerulli tells us, the biggest opponent to that new spending isn't the Republicans, but the top-ranking Democrat in Connecticut.
Mike joins us now. Mike is live at the State Capitol now with more.
Yeah, good evening to you, Dennis. And, the governor is half a world away on a trade mission in India right now, but he is making his opinion clear on this legislation. His spokesperson telling us today the governor is strongly opposed to the legislature's proposed course of action. So Democrats here in the legislature possibly on a collision course with their own governor. Republicans mixed on the actual special ed funding itself, but strongly critical of majority Democrats.
So while at the federal level we're seeing mass reviews of all sorts of agencies and how they're spending, Connecticut continues to write blank checks without any checks and balances.
I think we should spend $40 million to help our school districts that are struggling mightily right now, and we think we can handle it. They're saying we don't want to do that, we'd rather do it another way. There's no tension, it's not personal, it's not anti-Jason, it's not anti-me. It's just how you feel. And if you want to veto it, that's your constitutional right, and then we got to figure out if we have the votes or if we want to do it.
And that is not all. We have a very busy night of legislation here. One of the biggest items is a bill that would allow UConn to directly pay its student athletes. We'll have more details on that potential huge change to collegiate sports. Could be passed tonight. You'll hear more about that coming up in our late shows. For now, live at the State Capitol, I'm Mike Cerulli, News 8.